Channel Staxx, baby.
We haven't probably seen a good flick like this since, what'd you say, Zero Casino, maybe?
Yeah, Goodfellas.
Goodfellas?
Doing good. We're on set here filming, bringing you live from the Park Motel, rundown seedy section of Florida City.
When I was doing promotional work for Street Smart all along up to that point, I've done other press and other podcasts. They kept on saying, we're going to talk about his role in The Irishman and then Street Smart, his role in The Irishman. I want to say, what role?
I would walk around the corner and everybody would stuff dollar bills in my pocket. By the time I got home, I had $6-7 in my pocket. It was like big time then. I was a little kid,
Italian mother, Italian father. Nobody spoke English in the family. A lot of fights because they used to make fun of me because I didn't speak English. Yeah. And just grew up a Bronx boy.
The first time I remember actually meeting him was, I guess, 1969, 1970. My father was in with Papa Doc Duvalier, and he was running boats. They called them junkets with gamblers to Haiti.
Welcome to another episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Kathrina Miccio. Hi, Kathrina.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks
I
for
appreciate
having
you
me.
coming. So we're going to get into your story. And so you want to tell the people where you're from and where you grew up in?
I grew up in New York. I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Staten Island. And then I went to school in the city. I went to FIT, and then I graduated and back in Staten Island at Wagner College. So I had 6 years of college.
So when you were younger, what did you know what you wanted to do when you were younger?
I always knew I wanted to be an artist. When I went, so I pursued that, and I majored in art. And then when I went to Wagner College, there was a couple of years later, I had so many art credits. I thought maybe I would teach. So I would teach art. So I had so many art credits that transferred over. I decided to take some acting classes because it was a theatrical school. So I took a bunch of acting classes, and I absolutely loved it. And my teachers were like, well, how old are you? Because that was a couple of years later. And I had already a little bit of life experience, a little method going on.
Yeah.
So I could cry at a drop of a hat. And so I had a lot to go back to.
Do you remember what your first first role was? Do you remember getting it and everything like that?
It was kind of crazy. I was dancing at this country western club. I don't know if anybody remembers Denim and Diamonds. Never know that I would be a country western dancer, but like in the mid 90s, I did that, and I kind of got discovered. It was kind of strange. They asked me, because I was there all the time, and I was always dancing and boot scooting, boogieing, and all that. And they asked me if I wanted to be in a movie. It was called Jeffrey, and it was like this hoedown, and it was a lot of fun. So I did that, and then I did a featured part in Die Hard with a Vengeance. I was a disgruntled woman, businesswoman on the train. When he was going by, he screamed at me, and I gave him that kind of look. Yeah. So
was that your first major role?
Oh, that wasn't a role. That was like background stuff. It was like featured.
Yeah, but still, no, to you, when you were involved in it, you're like, to you, it's a major role, right?
Well, it was fun. I didn't have a speaking part, but my first speaking part was on a show called Ed, and Tim Busfield was directing it. I was doing background stuff and I was a waitress on it. And then finally they gave me a part. So I had a little part on Ed. And then from there, I got asked to work on The Sopranos and be a bada bing bartender. So I was one of the original bada bing bartenders. And then, you know, I had a few little lines here and there. And then, you know, I met Jim and the whole crew. And, you know, there's that history.
So what was it like? Like, they approached you for the part in the
For the bottom,
Sopranos?
yeah, they approached me. I got cast for that. Yeah. Yes. That so we ended up dating for about a year. And every time I see his picture, you know, it brings back really good memories. And you know, it's hard, you know, it's hard to see things that's going on television or whatever, people speaking about him. And he's just not here anymore, and it's really sad.
He accomplished a lot in
Oh
his
my God, he was
short acting career.
absolutely brilliant. I mean, you know, he would have like 5 books all around the house, all open, like reading. So he was actually reading 5 books at a time. He was brilliant, you know, and he really, he liked playing the part on The Sopranos, but he
Yeah.
really wanted to do other things too. He really wanted to.
Did
You
he
know,
not want to
really
be known
wanted
as
to be
the
a
mobster?
freelancer. I'm sorry?
Did he not want to be known as the typical mobster?
It wasn't about being the typical mobster. I don't think anybody knew that the show was going to go on for so long.
Yeah,
So,
he's such a big
you know,
hit.
he thought that he would have more opportunity to do more film. And he wanted to play Hemingway. I mean, he was really wanted that part. He wanted to be taken as you know, taken seriously. I mean, look, you know, we'd be walking around and people would be like, "Hey, Tony." You know, I
Yeah.
mean, how much of that can you, when you know, after 10 years, it, you know, gets a little old, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
So
sometimes people like turn into their roles, or you know, it just
he was so
it
not
morphs
that,
in.
not Tony Soprano. He
Yeah.
wasn't. No.
I
He
think a
was
lot of people
smart.
look at
He's a
if
big
they
teddy bear.
yeah.
A big teddy bear, wonderful person, and very extremely generous. And he was just you know, he was generous to the crew, he was generous to me. He was just an incredibly kind person.
What was it like to have everything blow up the way it did? And did they think it was going to be as big as it was, The Sopranos, when they were first working on it?
Who would have known that? You know, who would have possibly known that it was going to last for so long and become this iconic show? You know,
So what was your next move from there? What was your next move in life from The Sopranos?
what did I do after that? I just kept getting, you know, bit parts here and there. And but now, I mean, you know, I actually just worked on Mob King, and I know that you had Ciro DiPaggio on it, right?
Yep.
On the
Mhm.
show. And you also had Dan
Yep.
Romano, who's in it too. And did you have Joey Cat?
Yeah.
No.
Joey Catalano?
Yeah.
Joey Cat? Yeah.
Oh, you
I've
had
Joey
him
on.
too?
Yeah. I've had a lot of people on. A lot.
From the
Yeah.
Mob King. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce Socia plays. He's you know, he has a much bigger part than me. I have a little part, but it was important. And he plays my boyfriend, and I'm like, you know, I act completely insane, which was fun. I never got to play a crazy person before, but I was like, good, great. The crazier, the better.
Yeah, I'm so blessed to even have access to all these people, you know.
Oh, Ciro is awesome. I
Yeah,
was
he
so
is.
happy when I met him. I was like, I gave him a big giant hug. I'm like, screw COVID. I went to Florida, and you know, and we filmed in this beautiful in Anthony Caliendo's mansion, and it was amazing.
Shout out to
You have
Anthony
him on? You
Caliendo
have
too.
Anthony on?
He's been on too. He was in the he's in the intro part, a little part
Yes.
in the intro, yeah.
He's amazing and has this big, beautiful home in Florida, and we shot there, and it was quite something. And I'll tell you, it's a crazy story. So I'm in Florida, and the day before, I we're working with guns. I'm not going to give you the story. I'm not going to give it away. But there were not real guns, of course. They were prop guns. But there was a prop guy there, you know, a real, what do they call them, armorer?
Yeah, the
And
people that take care of the weapons.
yes. And the day before was the whole Alec Baldwin thing.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. So I didn't let them know that I was like really scared.
Yeah.
You know, with all these guns and stuff, but they, you know, the guy just put us all at ease, and it was so professionally done, and I was really happy, and all was
Yeah, for them to make a mistake like that on a movie set, that's pretty major.
that was yeah, I felt really bad for Alec. I felt really bad for him. I don't know. I know a lot of people have different opinions. But I know Alec. You know, I was in another movie with him years ago. And he just, you know, people just, I think, like to have, hi, Leah. Oh, what? Oh, yes. You were there. Where?
So how
The
has
day of that incident, yeah.
when COVID hit, how big of a change is it with filming and everything?
Oh, it was insane. Everything just stopped. Everything stopped. It was crazy. You know,
She said she was at the barn.
She was at the barn?
Weren't they filming at a barn?
Oh, right. I wasn't there that day. I was in the house. So, yeah, everything just stopped. But I ended up working on something in 2021 in August. I think it was 21. I can't remember the years anymore now. It was I played a boss, actually. I was the boss.
The mob
I
boss?
was a mob boss. Yes.
What movie was that for?
It was a short pilot. It was a pilot. It was called Almost Made. So I played a boss in that, and Joey D'Onofrio was in it, and Jim Glorioso was the writer, and there was Jackie Martling, and oh my God, don't let me forget anybody. I can't. There's a lot of people in it. It was great. So anyway, that was fun. We did it, you know, there was all the rules and regulations of COVID. You had to get tested, and I don't know, you know what? I don't think there was the testing yet. I think we all just had to like wear masks at the time. Maybe it was 2020. I think it was 2020. when we
Yeah,
made
so
it.
everyone has to stop, take their
Oh
masks
yeah,
off,
yeah.
and then
And we had to rehearse with masks on, and then we were only allowed to take them off when we were actually doing the scene. So that was
I wonder how much
that.
that's gonna change for like the people in the surrounding, like when they film and there's people in the surrounding wearing masks and all that. Like how much would that change the filming?
What do you
You know,
mean? I
like
don't.
if you have people in the background, they're walking by and they all have masks on. Like,
Yeah,
doesn't that?
I'm not really sure how. I don't think that they would make them wear masks on the set. I think once they start rolling, probably everybody would. I'm sure maybe there's different rules for different sets, but I wouldn't think that they would.
Yeah, some Italian big boy blue.
What?
That's the big conspiracy. Is Staxx Italian?
Oh, I am.
I don't know. My logo is green, white, and red.
Yeah. What part of Italy is your family from?
I'm not even sure.
Oh no, okay.
No, I just know that my grandma Vivaldi was very hands-on with the
Oh,
spoon.
with the wooden spoon.
Yeah, with the wooden spoon.
It was either the wooden spoon or the belt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the shoe.
So you got into painting portraits of people.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a portrait artist. I always have been. And when the Cutting Room in Manhattan, the music venue, opened, I'm very good friends with the owner. And whenever, yeah, so whenever someone would come in and perform, they would ask me to do a portrait. So it kept growing and growing and growing. And I had a show there, I had a few shows. I had a show at the Gibson guitar showroom. And so yeah, so whenever a celebrity singer or a musician would come in, I would do their portrait like a couple of days or a week before, and I'd get to meet them, like Billy Joel, Ronnie Wood, oh my God, who else Roger Daltrey, they had Billy Joel, there we go. Yeah.
You can see all of it.
So
That's pretty insane.
it was pretty cool. And they signed the paint, they signed them, which is really, really cool. And yes, Andrea and Rob Thomas wrote in the back of that portrait. He wrote, "This was," could I say, fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go. It's right there.
Right here.
You can zoom in on that. It says, "This is fucking awesome."
It won't let me zoom in.
Okay.
Can you see it?
I see it.
I don't know. For you people that can have good
Oh, so
eyesight,
you
you can
guys,
see
could
it.
you see that? He wrote, anyway. So he was amazing, and he was like critiquing the painting,
That's awesome.
So yeah, he was great. That was actually at the Rebel Hotel in Atlantic City. The Revel Hotel, and they hired me to do a big rock and roll Hall of Fame thing. So all of my paintings were on display. It was really cool. So yeah, that's the Ronnie Wood. He signed the back of that too, and that was really cool. His
Yeah.
wife was there, and she said that it was the best rendition of a portrait of him that she ever saw. So I
So
asked him
people,
if he would sign the paintings. Like, that's not my art. That's not my painting.
yeah,
Bad
yeah,
British
you were saying.
but
You're like, it's
I
of
said,
you.
no,
So
just sign it as you. And so he
yeah,
did. He signed the back. So that was really cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you sell your work?
Oh yeah.
Can people like have you paint
Yes,
something for them?
I'm in the process of making an Etsy page. I've had art shows, and I've sold a lot like that, but it's a lot of work. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be selling on Etsy soon. It's Miccio Paintings. So Miccio Paintings, which is my Etsy. It's going to be my Etsy site. I'm in the midst of that right now, but they could go on my website and look at all my art right there. It's Miccio Art.
Yeah, and the link for that is in the description of this video. If you guys want to check it out, just go to the description. You can press the button, go right to it.
I've met some amazing people.
So another thing,
through my art, through everything, and years ago I did makeup. I was a makeup artist for celebrities, so I met some amazing people doing that too.
I know you probably have some funny stories with being around all these celebrities. Is there any funny stories or anything that you can remember that stand out to you?
I should have been prepared for that.
I know you got one. We were talking
Which
talking
one?
when the drone came.
Oh my God, that was so great.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was hired to do makeup on this documentary of John Gotti.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was talking to Angel Gotti in the house where, John Gotti's house, right? So we're in the dining room area, and I'm facing her and she's facing out towards like these glass sliding doors, right? Yeah. So I'm just like, whatever, touching her up, putting a little powder on her, whatever. And all of a sudden she looks past me and she goes, "Oh my God." Now it's behind me. What she just, oh my God, it. We're in John Gotti's house, which is like a shrine of Gotti, like Gotti paintings, Gotti on velvet, Gotti on, it's like everywhere. And, the lounge that looked like something out of, the Dean Martin was going to come out, like drinking whiskey, So now she's like, "Oh my God." And her face was like frozen. And I'm petrified, like, what is behind me right now? So I slowly turn around and there's a drone hovering right in front of these glass sliding doors.
It's like a patio, yeah.
So I'm like, what is that? Oh my God. And in my mind, there's guns on the drone.
To it, yeah.
There's guns on the drone, and we're gonna get shot. So both of us are like screaming like two idiots. And it ended up that the producer was just busting our chops,
He had a drone.
The producer did it. Yeah, he was like playing a joke on us.
Oh, I thought it was somebody else that was trying to get like footage of the
no.
Something.
It was the producer that was, that was trying to get a reaction out of us.
Thank you so much for that, Shinebox. I appreciate that $20.
Oh, nice.
He said, "Do you have any experience with working with Bruce Willis or Mickey Rourke?"
Yes, I did. I worked with both of them. I worked with Bruce Willis on Die Hard with Vengeance. When I said, I mentioned it before, when he was carrying the bomb in the train right before the bomb blows up, and we had to go back and forth on this train, back and forth to Brooklyn. So he was fun. He was nice. He was quiet, but we spoke, we chatted a little bit. And then I worked on The Wrestler, and I worked with Mickey Rourke. You could catch me as the bartender in one of the strip clubs when he was at the bar with Marissa Tomei. And there was, every scene that Mickey did was a little bit different. I mean, the same scene, but he changed it up a lot, right? So he was asking her out remember he was, I don't know if you remember the wrestler, he was like trying to get with Marissa Tomei, right? So he pours, he goes, Mary, me, give me 6 shots of tequila, something like that. So I pour the shots, and one of the takes, he takes the last shot glass, bangs it on the bar, and goes, whoom, and he throws it to the back of the bar. And literally, it went like this.
The shot glass?
The shot glass.
Oh,
like,
God.
poof. Like, my hair moved from it. And that, yeah.
Yeah, went right by your head.
Right past my face. So, I mean, if that would, anyway, but yeah, in the back, the glass broke, and it was a little bit of drama.
I found another picture.
Oh my God, yeah, there's Alec. I worked with him on what was the name of that movie? The Devil, and oh my God, why can't I remember it right now? I can't remember the name. It was like in 2000, yeah. I can't
King
remember
of
the name.
Angels?
What?
King of Angels?
No. King of Angel. No, that was a different. That was a different movie.
You were in Streets too?
I was in the Streets too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too.
And with Dan. Dan played my. I was his gumata. In that, I played a drunk, which was fun. A slutty drunk. And what else have I worked on lately? King of Angels was fun. I played a burlesque dancer, and that was for a pilot, and that was with Rob Sklimpaglia and Joe Nemchak. I can never pronounce.
I know there's so many names, right? And there's so many different aspects of things.
Right.
You just forget.
The Devil and Daniel Webster. That was the name of the movie that I worked with Alec, and that was at the Base. Oh, I think it was called the Bay City Theater in the Hamptons. And we just met up there, and of course, it got in the papers that we were dating and all that, and that was, they just wanted some. We never dated. We just remained. We were just really good friends, but we never dated.
And you have, you have another thing going on. You have a magazine going on too.
Yes, I have Indie Film Online. And that houses 3 of my festivals. I direct 3 film festivals. One is the Cutting Room International Short Film Festival. One is the Venus Italian International Film Festival. And the other one is the Procida International Film Festival. So I had all of these festivals, and I needed a place to house them all. So I created this magazine during COVID. And while I was doing all these online interviews and events, because we couldn't have any live events, I would interview all of the filmmakers, and it was really great. And, so now, like, I'm doing a show, my own show called the Kathrina Miccio Show. And and then I put the links in the magazine of the movie and of the interview. So so it's
all in one place, and people don't have to look all over.
In one place, it's online. There's a ton of links and then whenever there's I had Armand. He was so amazing to be on the cover and have I did an interview with him. I went to his house upstate, and the house is absolutely incredibly beautiful. And so, yeah, you could go on my YouTube channel and see the whole episode there. It's at the Cat Miccio Show. So if anybody could please, if you guys could subscribe.
Go and subscribe to the Cat Miccio Show, and there's a link in the description of this video. You could just go there, click it, and then subscribe. Shinebox wants to know, did you enjoy playing your role?
Bianca, yes.
Bianca in the movie Mobster's Daughter.
Yes, it was fun. I was Bianca, yes. I was Dan Romano's Gumara, and it was fun. I was like the tough Gumara, and then I, became the drunk, kind of desperate, one when I found out that his wife was in the club that we were at. So it's a little drama going on that.
What role do you like to play? Like, if they were like, we got role for you, so what role would you be like, yeah, that's the one I want?
I've played so many different kind of roles. I wrote my own comedy right after I had breast cancer in 2015. So when I was going through treatments, I said, you know what? I don't want people to feel sorry for me after this, because I'm going to survive. I'm going to survive. My doctors said that if I did everything, I would, 98% chance that I'd survive. So I did everything. I did the whole, bald head and every chemo, radiation, blah, 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 whatever, for a year and a half. It was a nightmare. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to let this get me down. I never went, ooh, hoo, hoo, boo, hoo, why me? And I said, I'm going to live. And I don't want anybody ever to look at me and feel sorry for me. So I want them to smile and laugh. So I wrote a comedy. Yeah. And it was called St. Joseph, and it's about the superstition. If you take a small statue of St. Joseph and you want to sell your house, you take the small statue and you bury it in your backyard upside down, and you sell your house fast. And it was based on a true story because it happened to me twice. I sold we sold my ex's house first, and then when I divorced him, we sold our house with the St. Joseph, and we had like a bidding war, and it was crazy. And so it was based on a true
worked
story.
The statue worked. The statue thing worked.
It works. It works. You could look it up, and people swear by this superstition. So that was amazing. Jackie Martling was in it. Vinnie Pastore. I had Lou Martini Jr. I mean, I had some Angela Pietro Pinto, who was in Goodfellas. I just had the most amazing group of people that said yes to me to do this, to make this movie. So I wrote it while I was in treatment, and I started in it, directed it, and produced it, and I ended up winning like 24 awards. So I love doing comedy, but I love drama too. I like the real opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Either really silly, funny, or like really sad and dramatic.
So you seem like a good role model for young women out there. So if there's a young woman out there who wants to start acting and she wants to be an actress, what would you suggest for her to get involved into acting and all that?
Take classes. You have to really, really improve your craft. There's so many different ways to do it now online. If you can't get to a class, but you really need to, people just think that they could go in front of a camera and act. There's a lot to it, and it shows if you have no experience. It really shows. I mean, as a festival director, I have to watch a lot of films, And I just could see, you just could tell if somebody has experience or not. And so you really have to improve your craft, take coaching lessons, because coaches will tell you, not only, from like after you take classes or during whatever, then if you take if a coach tells you what you're doing wrong, so then you could apply that to your class, and you
Try
could
to
apply it
sharpen
to
your skills up,
and
and then
sharpen your skills. Exactly.
yeah.
So as far as, like, getting on set, if you want to do a little background stuff, if you really want to be professional, they kind of frown upon background. The casting directors kind of
Oh, if you want
frown.
to start off, like if you're just
Yeah,
starting
they don't
off, like
want to
people doing
see,
the
and if you do it, just like hide yourself. Don't go in front of the camera like you're the great background person, you know.
yeah, like this
And if
is
you
your big
start
role,
posting
and
it,
then you'll ruin
if
it
you
for
start
yourself. Is
posting
that
that you're in all these shows,
yeah?
your background, don't be pushing that. I would not do that. That's not the greatest thing to announce, that you're the great background actor, unless you want to. I know people that are professional background actors, and they make money. They do
Yeah.
well, they do great.
And
And
they just
they've
go and like sit at a restaurant or something. That's the background stuff they
the
do.
background is anybody that you see behind the main actors,
Yeah.
going through, there's somebody directing them. Go, okay, pass there now. Okay, go.
there
You know,
there's some people who go on like divorce court and think that's gonna get their acting thing going. I know people who've done it, who've been to divorce court just to be in front of the camera.
what is
And
that
it's
like set
all
up? Is it like fake?
yeah, it's all fake.
Oh, it's all
All of it.
fake.
It's all fake. All of that stuff is fake. Hate to break it to you guys, it's all fake.
Don't tell anybody. I won't tell my mother because she loves those shows.
So what do you have to go? What do you have in the future with your show and everything? What direction are you going with your show?
What with my show?
Yeah, the Miccio.
What I want to do with my magazine, with my show, I want to still pay it forward, help filmmakers, interview them, just like get people. That's why I have all these film festivals too. I want to be able to show work, show films, and show actors that maybe another festival would have passed up, and so they get out there,
Yeah.
and if they don't win, then they could put in an article, in like, let's say they get honorable mention or something like that. That's okay. At least, they got something, and they could post their film. They could post anything in my magazine. I'm not going to be like, no, you didn't have any wins, so you're not getting any,
Yeah,
And
a lot of people, like even people that I've tried to interview, they're like, how many subscribers do you have? How many people do you have watching the
I
show?
could care
And
less.
and
I don't
if you
care.
don't have a certain amount, they won't even come near your show. There's
Yeah,
some people
no.
that are like that.
I need subscribers on my so I'm not great at social media, but I do it because I like to give awards. I like to find amazing talent that maybe would be overseen somewhere else,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of politics with film festivals too. Not with mine.
But so
Right.
you watch all the films and you
I
pick
watch everything,
yeah.
and I watch every single film, and I speak to the filmmakers. I converse with them on by email or whatever. I even give them advice. I critique their films if they want.
Was there any that sent you film and it was just like, what is this, man? What do you like? What is this?
Oh, there's a lot of bad films.
I
And
mean,
I just go,
like you know,
no,
like a
no.
camcorder, old camcorder or something.
Oh, no. That I mean, I have some, films that are, the category is filmed with a smartphone. I have smartphone films, or you could film it with anything, but the quality has to be there. I
Yeah.
mean, if let's say, you only have, you're filming someone and they're speaking and you're seeing the back of their head while they're speaking, I'm like, what did they just say? Why are they filming the back of this person's head and they're showing this other person when this person is speaking? So things
So
like that are like, what?
have you found some really talented
Oh my
directors that
God.
way too?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that you're just like,
Films.
wow.
Yes. Many.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, what they
Incredible.
like what they work, they're working with what they have, and they bring you something incredible.
Yes. Really, I get blown away sometimes. And I'm just like, wow. What am I watching here? Oh my God, this is really great. And maybe like sometimes, like, I was the first festival that they submitted to, and I
Mhm.
give them an award, and then months later they like have laurels, and they're like
That's awesome.
winning all festivals. I'm like, yes. I knew that there was something great about that film, and I love
That's
when that
awesome.
happens. And they remember, like, oh, Kat, you were the
Yeah.
first festival. Blah, blah,
Like I remember the
blah. But it
first,
was-
I won that first award in that film festival.
Yeah. I mean, I've had people come from Italy, from England, from India, from all over the world come to my festivals.
Do you want to talk about the film festival that you do in Italy?
Oh, it's called the Procida International Film Festival. And one of my filmmakers from Italy, who was working, his name is Cristiano Esposito. I actually interviewed him when I was in Italy 2 months ago, in December to January.
Yeah, I
And
seen that interview. It was a good one. It was
did
good.
you watch it? Yeah,
Yeah, I
it was
watched it.
filmed in a castle. It was so cool, in the castle in my town there. And the sound was a little crazy because it was
It was reverbing. Yeah.
yeah, because it was in a castle. It was this giant place. But we're fixing the audio on that. My amazing projectionist Sam Berland is working on that for me. So
Joe wants to know if you speak Italian.
oh, sì, un poco. Io parlo italiano un poco. Somebody told me that I speak more like with a Neapolitan accent because that's where I go all the time. So I was told something really funny when I was in Italy, that when I speak Italian, it sounds like I have a British accent. I almost fell off the chair when somebody told me. I was like, what? How is that possible?
Like tea and crumpets.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, so, aw.
Shout out to Yankees for life. Thank you, man.
So,
very interesting,
anyway, so I'm sorry, I got so the Procida Film Festival, there's actually two festivals. There's the Procida Film Festival, and now I have the Procida International Film Festival. Every year, in Italy, there is like a region of Italy that's chosen to be the arts cultural region of Italy, the capital the capital of the arts. It's hard to like to translate it, but it's the capital of arts in Italy. Procida, this little tiny island, which is near Ischia, near Capri and all that, they became the capital of culture in Italy. And so this year is going to be a big deal in Procida with the festival. So I'm really looking forward to that. Something else might be coming up with my festivals here.
Yeah.
I might have some big news soon. We'll see. And so I'll keep you posted.
Shinebox wants to know if you ever worked with Abel
Ferrara? No.
Ferrara?
No. He's living in it. No. Mm-mm.
He's living in Italy now.
No. No, I haven't. Not that I know of.
So do people go to Italy for that film festival? Or is it online? Like how do people attend it?
It's a small film festival. We're trying to now expand it. Unfortunately, the main director of the festival passed away a couple of years ago. That's why they brought me in.
Mm-hmm.
And to try to, because the people that are there really don't have experience in directing a festival. They who's the projectionist, who's this and that, but they need a director. So they just got another director. So we're collaborating together to make something really amazing this year. I was also just asked, I mean, it's insane what has been going on lately. I was asked through RAI television. There's RAI, it's the Italian stations, RAI 1, 2, and 3. And they asked me to be the judge of this really, really prestigious awards ceremony. And so
that's awesome.
It's really cool. So I basically can choose, and I represent the United States.
And it's international.
My mother's like, right? Who are you? You know? I said, I don't know. I just know people. And I guess because I'm a festival director, they asked me. I'm not sure. But I could basically pick anybody in the United States that I think that deserves this very prestigious award of value for charity, for humanitarianism. Like there's a ton of different categories, and I have a list of people that I would love to bring to Italy and award them with this great honor. So I can't say who they are, but let's just hope. Again, another thing we'll follow up on.
He said, yeah, definitely. And then maybe you could tell who it is on the show.
Yeah. A lot of
he
it.
Said he directed Bad Lieutenant and King of New York.
Oh, I did not work with him. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks. What else? I don't know. I went through a lot.
I have one of the pictures. Sis says, when does she have time to sleep? I know you're a woman of many hats.
I do so many things. I take naps.
So
I get up at like
paintings.
4:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. I really do every day. When I have my workout class at 7, that's the best one. So really gets me up and going. There's some more of my paintings at the cutting room. Yeah, so my art has been there. That was at the Revel Hotel, and I had the big Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was awesome. So I get up at like 4:30. People think I'm crazy, but I do. I do some work on the computer, and then I work out at like 7 a.m. on a Zoom. and then I just work through the day. And sometimes, I try to get as much done in a day as possible and make the day count,
How long does it take you to put together one of these paintings that you do?
Make a painting. It
Yeah.
depends. Those are giclées. They're limited edition giclées. They're signed, and there's only a certain amount that I make of those. A lot of there's some originals there, the ones that are signed. They're originals, and I don't know, like, it depends if I work in acrylic or if I work in oil. Oils usually take a little bit longer.
Do you paint the painting all the way through, or do you stop and wait, like let it stay for a little bit and then come back to it? Do you paint
No,
it
I
all the
paint
way
it
through?
through. I paint. I'm on a mission when I'm painting. When I paint, I'm
Yeah.
super focused, and yeah. So I'm starting another whole collection, of course, because why not do something else, Kat? Right?
Yeah.
Um,
You don't have enough on your
I don't have
plate,
enough.
like-
I don't do enough things. I'm starting to do more landscapes. You'll see on my website that I have some. When I was in Italy, I was really inspired. I've been staying in my own apartment there now, and I set up one of the bedrooms just as my art studio, and it is it was just incredible to be in Italy and paint. It has been a dream of mine to do that, and I did it. Like,
It just feels like a dream, right?
last
Yeah.
month, I was in my apartment painting, and it was an incredible feeling. And I'm starting to do like a whole series of landscapes, but not like detailed. Like they're more like surreal. Like, they're more surreal. Not
How do
surreal.
you
Maybe
pick?
impressionistic. I don't know. What
How do you pick on what you're gonna paint? Is there a certain thing you do to pick?
Usually I decide on a subject, and then I'll make a series of it. And that's what I'm going to be doing with these landscapes.
That's awesome.
I'm going to make a series of landscapes, and they're all going to have like a similar feel.
Because now you have to get up at 3 a.m. to start your paintings.
Yes. Aw.
Somebody asked, what part of Italy is your family from?
My mother's side is from Shaka, Sicily, and where I go all the time, because my father passed 2 years ago.
Sorry for your loss.
Oh, I'm still not over it. I can't. But
Terrible.
so he was born there. He was born in a town called Vico Equense, and it's about 20 minutes north of Sorrento, like 45 minutes south of Naples. And it's right on the coastline, and it is incredibly beautiful. They call it a little Sorrento, because it's got the feel of it, but it's not got the tourism of Sorrento. It's very, very beautiful. So I spent, this was the first time in a long time. I was there for about a month, and it was real. And I took my dog too. I took my dog Lulu Llama with me, my little Frenchie. She
And
was.
What's
she came
she
on
doing
the
in the
plane
airport?
with me.
In the airport.
Did I tell you that story?
Yeah.
That she pooped in every airport.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but she's so cute. People really didn't care.
I got pictures
think.
of
You have a picture of my dog?
no, of Italy.
Oh.
Italy.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Where is that? I
I'm
don't
not
know.
really
if
sure.
that's-
I
no,
just typed in Italy. I just typed in
No,
Italy.
no, Campagna. No.
Where on this map is it?
Campagna,
Where
right?
you were saying?
In the middle. You'll see Campagna and it says Naples. Right. If you go down from Vatican
Yeah,
City,
I see it.
low,
Yeah,
yeah. Uh-huh.
I see it.
Campagna. It's right on the coast. And I could see Mount Vesuvius from my apartment. It's right on the Mediterranean. It's just
That is
absolutely
insane.
beautiful. It's incredible. I just love going there. And all of my cousins and aunts and uncles are there. And it's nice because I really don't have that much close family here in America.
Yeah.
Because my mother's brother never had children. He never got married, had children. So I don't have any first cousins here. They're all in Italy. So
Do they speak English? The family that you have in Italy?
the younger ones, a little bit.
Liz is very talented.
As-
I'll buy a painting. I'm filming
Wow.
in Italy in August.
Oh, really? I'll be there in August. I'll be there possibly from July to September, because this award might be in July. So this award ceremony of the big award. So no matter what, I'll be there in August. So if you need another actress for your movie, I'll be there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that was really, we all lost so many people, right? Oh, during
Everybody.
COVID.
Yeah,
My
COVID's
father
crazy.
passed a month before COVID, came out. So I was curled up in the fetal position,
Yeah.
and then COVID happened. I was like, what is going on? What's happening? It was, yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, thank you.
Florence?
Oh, you'll be in Florence. Oh, I love it. I love Florence. So beautiful. Florence is so romantic. It's such a beautiful place. And Venice is nice too, but the food is better.
Florence is with the boats, right?
No,
with
Venice
the
is
boats?
with the boats.
Oh,
Venice
Venice.
is with the boats. I have a painting actually of Venice.
Of the boats?
Of the boats, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
I don't know.
So they're all for sale. So
And if you want to see them, there's
Oh,
a link in
Now
the
we're
description of
seeing
this
the
video.
movie.
There's a link for that too.
I
You can
saw
go
the
see.
movie Gomorrah. That was insane. And it was
I tried to watch the series. I don't like when the mouse don't match, with the
Oh.
words. Like the mouse are moving and the words
It's
aren't
dubbed?
matching. I can't watch that.
Is it dubbed or the subtitles?
I think there's subtitles. I'm not sure.
Well, then it should be.
With that one is subtitles. I'd be able to watch that. But most of the movies that are with
Oh, I
different
never
mouse,
watch
I
a movie
can't.
that's dubbed. That's awful.
It's terrible. I'm
and
just
in
like, no, I
Italy,
can't do this.
everything is dubbed. Everything, but they don't see it. They don't because they're so used to it. They're used to.
Oh,
they're
so-
used to
so
all
when
the
the-
American films, they think that they're speaking
So
Italian.
It's America, and they're speaking American or English, but it's really Italian over it. Is that how it works there?
They're speaking Italian over the American films. Yes, soap operas, and and I'll see soap operas that like everybody looks really young. I'm like, I think that was a couple of years ago. They're like, no, this was this is new. Okay. If you think so.
And does it look older? It looks like
soap operas, but
like it has age to
but
it.
and they love the old films. Like my uncle's 91 years old, He is amazing.
Shout out to him. There's a
He is.
woman in church. I share the same birthday with her, and she's 101 years old. Shout out to her.
Wow.
Yeah, her
Wow.
birthday's in May.
That's amazing that somebody could get to that age. It's really, I mean, he still works in his garden. He's just incredible. And you know, they put away all of his vats for wine. They're like, "Oh no, you're not
Oh,
gonna
he makes his
make
own
wine."
wine?
Oh, he makes gold. You know, his wine, we call it gold in a bottle.
Does he make pastries too?
No,
Like
no, but
pastries?
my aunt did, and she passed, my father's sister. But he, at the table, at the dinner table one night, he says he wants to make wine again. I'm like, yes. They're like, what? You want? They put everything away. Like, no more. You know, he's not going to do it anymore. And I'm like, why did they do that to him? That's like taking somebody's, you know, a man's keys away from him.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know, his
drink. I
car
don't drink or nothing,
keys.
but it's an art form, making wine and stuff.
Oh, yes, yes. I know, no.
Does Kathrina have any wise guy relatives? And if she did, she
I
probably
know
wouldn't
of.
talk about it. Glass of red wine every day for sure.
That's right.
Well, the priest
It's
at
got resveratrol in it, and it's
church.
very good for your heart. But not for, you know, people that don't drink. You could take the pills instead.
And like homemade wine goes down easy.
That's right. And in Italy, there's no sulfates. There's alcohol, but for some reason you don't get drunk. Like, people drink like a whole bottle of wine and they're perfectly fine. It's like,
see, in Italy, when you're younger, it's acceptable.
oh
like,
yeah, kids drink coffee and wine, and they give it to little kids. They'll put a little, you know, in their soda. They'll put a little wine in their soda.
Yeah, or if they're like a little, you know, a little toddler, they give her. Well, I know back in the day they used to give us whiskey
to go to sleep,
nurture us to go to sleep if you had a toothache or something.
Oh yeah, rubbing. My mother used to rub cream de menthe on our teeth if when we were teething. Oh no.
I got a toothache every day.
Like, out.
Well, you are a very talented woman, and you have a ton of stuff coming out. And
yes,
if everyone that's watching, go and check out her show, and go to the description of this video, and you'll be able to get to her show.
Really great films. That I do the interview. A lot of the interviews are the interviews that I did when we were in, you know, going through COVID. So I have all these amazing interviews. So I hooked them up with their film. So you watch a little bit of the interview, and then you'll of the director or whoever, the filmmaker, and then you watch the film. So it's really nice. And then, like, every other week, I'll do a live. I'll go to someone's house. Like when I did Armand. I went to Armand's house, and when I was in Italy, I did the live with at the castle. So I'm trying to mix it up a little bit so that it's not only an interview. You get to see a film too, or a couple.
Well, you're bringing a whole bunch of stuff to the table, and people can go and check you out. Go to the description and check it out. And I'll definitely have you on, especially when Mob King comes out. That's going to be a huge success, I think.
Yes.
A lot of people are anticipating that movie.
They just announced that they're going to be premiering it in New York at the Directors Club, the Directors Society, that theater there. Oh my God. That's going to be so beautiful. And at Groman's Chinese Theater in LA.
That too. That's huge.
That's huge.
Really big.
It's in April, so I'm going to celebrate. Look, I guess I'll be celebrating my birthday in LA because I'm going.
Oh, you're going to go to the LA one? The LA premiere.
Absolutely. take the
Definitely.
dog and go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
Well, hopefully
Yep,
I'm around it. I'll be in the New York premiere if
Aw, thank you.
I appreciate you coming on. I'll definitely have you on again.
Thank you. Yeah, we
And
need to do a little follow-up on
definitely.
all the stuff I do, right?
Do you want to give a shout out to anyone before we go?
I'll give a shout out to Ciro DiPaggio. I'll give a shout out to Anthony Caliendo because he's the producer of my show. Thank you, Anthony. Who else? Armand, thank you for being on my winter cover and kicking off my magazine and my show. So who else? I don't know. Mom, thanks, Mom, for having me. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate you. And thank
And
you,
a shout
everyone,
out to you.
watching.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, no problem. I appreciate all of you that have been watching, and make sure you stick around. If you want to buy some Chatting with Staxx merch, or you know, I got hoodies and shirts and all that, go check it out. It's in the description of this video, along with all of the stuff that she does. There's like 20 links in there.
And if anybody wants, I just thought of this, okay? Because I like to give back, right? And if anybody wants to buy a painting, mention that you saw me on the show, and I'll give you a discount.
Yeah,
on the painting.
say you saw on Chatting with Staxx, and you get a
Yes,
discount
on
on the
Chatting
painting.
with Staxx, and I'll give you a discount on the painting, or maybe I'll throw something else in or whatever. But I do commissions too, so whatever you want.
It's awesome. I appreciate you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And thank you for that order, sis. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys soon.